Hey, it's Chris. We're here talking about Songs for Change, our new partnership with the United Way of the Greater Triangle. Of course, our nonprofit benefiting this quarter is Musical Empowerment, and my guest is Executive Director at Musical Empowerment, Katie Battle.
Thanks, Chris. It's great to be here.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us all about Musical Empowerment. What is it?
I love it. It's amazing. I can talk about it all day. Musical Empowerment is a nonprofit organization. It started as a student organization on UNC Chapel Hill's campus.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, 2002 is when we started. Yeah. Our founder, Christine Mosley, just saw a need in the community. She was a pianist and decided, I want to teach lessons to kids in the area that I know wouldn't be able to afford private lessons. And so she just got a couple of her other friends together. They decided to start doing weekly lessons with kids in the community. More and more people decided that was what they wanted to also spend their time doing and giving back. And so it grew and grew and grew and became like a extremely large student organization. In about 2011, our first ED, Meredith Richard, she kind of started the process to turn it into the nonprofit it is, mostly because the initiative of a couple students at NC State who reached out and said, we love what you guys are doing. We want to bring it to NC State and reach this community too. And so she started, the process of becoming a nonprofit and getting more and more colleges on board to be able to teach as many kids in their communities as possible. And so at the moment, we've got 8 different colleges we work with, 6 of which are in North Carolina, and almost 300 kids that we serve every week that get weekly lessons and mentorship. And so it's amazing. It's been great.
That's fantastic. So, and it's not just teaching kids how to play.
Yeah.
It's also the mentorship part of this is pretty valuable.
Yeah, honestly, that's the part I really love. As a former music educator, like the mentorship piece always felt like an invaluable piece that our kids just really needed was that connection. And so, our lessons are made so that the college student isn't that far in age from the students that they're teaching. We have kids age like first grade to 12th grade in our program. But that connection to have like a college student who's just now kind of like getting into the world and able to give them some experience on college campuses and to see certain things, but also support them in like a really specific way throughout their lessons. There's a lot of like growth and relationship building that happens in our lessons too. That's very focused on just giving them a solid, like older person, adult, role model in their lives. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the mentors get out of it too? I mean,
it's such an amazing thing to see the mentors kind of come back around and talk to us and tell us how beneficial the program is for them as well. One of the coolest things is that most of our college students that participate in our program aren't music or education majors. A lot of them are in the STEM fields. They're engineers or pre-med or chemistry. And they've taken like a decade of piano lessons and they love it. And they're going to school for, what their future career is going to be, but they lost the opportunity to kind of pursue that passion. And so this gives them a chance to be able to keep playing their instrument, to give back to the community, to learn a lot from teaching this instrument and their skills to a student and gain a lot of information from working in the community and take that to their future careers as well.
What's your thought on public schools teaching music? Because it doesn't seem like that's a focus much anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of emphasis in public schools to like performances and just trying to like make sure that students like playing the right notes and getting everything as accurate as possible. One thing that we really focus on because we have that mentorship piece is like we're not trying to have students go to Carnegie Hall, and that's not our goal. Our goal is to have our students be able to follow the musical journey that makes the most sense for them. If they love learning orally, if they want to do jazz only, if they want to do pop songs, if they want to be a classical pianist, we have a mentor that we can pair them with that can help them lead their musical journey in the way that they would like.
So if you are a kid that wants to learn, how do they find you?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of the way we find them is our college students do a lot of outreach into their communities and they connect with local middle schools, elementary schools, high schools. They talk to the music teachers, the counselors, and they find students that would not only benefit from the like access to music and mentorship piece, but families that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford it without like a free program like what we provide. What are your needs right now? Like what are there things that you
you stress about at night? We're like, man, we have to solve this problem. This one's tough.
Yeah, honestly, the biggest problem that we have at the moment, I think, is just the amount of people that want to be in our program.
That's a great
problem to
yeah.
have. We have an excess of students that need mentors. College students are kind of busy. I mean, of busy is an understatement, but they have so much going on. And so we're always constantly looking for more mentors to serve our community, because it's just been so clearly a need in the community that all of our students are benefiting from. And so we want to reach as many kids as we can.
You mentioned you're in, I think you said 6 schools in the state?
Yes. 6
what
schools
are
in the
those
States.
6 schools?
Yeah. In North Carolina, especially just in the Triangle, we started at UNC Chapel Hill. We have NC State. Duke is our newest chapter that started in 2022. And then we have NC Central in Durham as well. We've got 2 kind of little more distant chapters at East Carolina University and then Wake Forest University in North Carolina.
And so if people want to volunteer to teach or want to submit a family or a person to get some help, they go to musical-empowerment.org.
Yep. On our website, there's a place to apply. And also, like, another part of our program I haven't mentioned yet is that we take refurbished instruments and we fix them up to give to the kids.
Okay.
Because another piece of the access to music education piece is the expensive instruments that a lot of families just don't have the money to be able to do. And even renting instruments can be taxing on a lot of families. Yeah. And so we get tons of donated instruments every month, and we take them to the local music stores that we have really deep connections with. We get repairs, we fix them up, and we give them to the students. If the students participate in our program for 2 years, that instrument becomes theirs, and we no longer ask for it back. So it's a good way for us to kind of pass that equity on to them and be able to make sure that they have the opportunity to keep learning this, even if they, move out of state or change locations and things like that.
Well, Katie, thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.
We're excited to have you be a part of Songs for Change.
Yeah, me too.
And folks can go to songsforchange.org to learn more. And thanks again, Katie, for coming in.
Thank you so much, Chris. It's great.